This week on Our Football with Chris Ash. As the head coach of the Scarlet Knights prepare to face their third top 5 opponent this season, we sit down to get a Week 5 report on the tenor of his team.
I can tell you this, our kids, are excited about the challenges that the schedule has, and we show up every single day with an enthusiastic attitude about trying to get better.
We discuss his coaching influences, and we look ahead to the first night game of the season.
What a scene, what a night, what an atmosphere.
Plus, Rutgers Athletic Pride with Athletic Director Pat Hobbs.
Yeah, Rutgers is not a sleeping giant. Rutgers is a giant. And I grew up here in New Jersey, so I've always been around the state university. Very, very well aware of the quality of the programs here, the quality of the education.
And we visit with senior offensive lineman and one of the team's captains, Chris Muller.
Our next coach has to be a great ambassador for our university, someone who can lead young men, someone who will get our fans hopeful and excited again about Rutgers football. Chris Ash is the right man to lead that effort.
I want to build a first-class program here. It's going to take an extreme amount of work. It's going to take a lot of the right people.
Great timing, Gio!
Going in the same direction. I want to build a fast, physical team that plays with relentless effort.
He's going to do it! What a run by Robert Martin for the score!
Tremendous enthusiasm.
Taken down! What incredible effort!
And plays for each other. A program that the university, the state of New Jersey, high school coaches, and high school players, they want to come here and be a part of it.
Being out on the field with guys that you grind with, that you really go through some of the toughest times with, to a game that you say you commit your whole life to, is something different. And I think the hunt is just chasing your dreams. It's chasing everything that you work for.
Let's go! We gotta go!
The hunt for me is just being the best player, the best person that I could be to my family, my coaches, my players, the guys that I play with. It's just something that you can live by.
Amataka is gonna be sacked here.
Just doing everything you can to be the best player you can be. All the extra stuff, everything. It's all about the hunt to be the best team, the best player, the best unit you can be.
When we go out here, we work, we practice, and it's all good, and it makes for a good show. And it's like, I did this today and I did that today, but what for? It's because you got to remain hungry. I mean, you can never lose that drive. I think the hunt is just that drive, that hunger in you to achieve and attain more, and which we've already accomplished.
Discipline, accountability, and because going out every day it's a hard thing to do. Sometimes you don't want to roll out of bed in the morning and go at 5:30 to Coach Parker and working out with him. But it's something that you kind of teach yourself through repetition and start to become part of your routine, and that's something that is not only going to help you during your football career, but also help you after your football career.
Together, we will make history. Join us today in writing the next chapter in Rutgers Athletics. It's time for every member of Rutgers Nation to step up and pledge to this campaign to raise $100 million. Our coaches are in. Our administrators are in. Now we need you. Are you in?
Oh my goodness! Wow. What a win for Rutgers! And the Scarlet Knights have done it again!
smart guy, you're a competitive guy. It's about these 57,000 square feet. That's why I told you that this morning. This is all that matters. Don't worry about any of that. All right. Run for your knees. How are you? I want y'all to look to y'all left and y'all right. Because right now, that's all we got. That's all we need. But it's going to take everything y'all got. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
This is Our Football with Chris Ash. And Coach, what have you learned about your ball club through 5 games?
Learned a lot. I like our team chemistry. I like our togetherness in our separate units. I like our fight. I like our won't quit attitude. You know, we show up to work every single day. Our preparation has been consistent from week to week, and those are the things I really like about the football team right now.
What about challenges that you face, especially on the road in the Big Ten?
Every week there's a challenge. Whether you're on the road or at home, there's a challenge. This week we're going to play a very good Michigan football team. It's our 3rd top 5 football team that we're going to play. We knew the schedule was going to be like this, and we embrace it. We're excited about it, and we're going to keep fighting.
Washington, Ohio State, Michigan, as you said, 3 of the top 5 teams in the nation. Does that build a program any quicker, Coach?
I don't know if it builds it any quicker. I mean, if you're winning, it does, you know, but, you know, it helps us get through the tough times and help us really measure where we're at as a program, where we need to go. But I can tell you this, our kids, you know, are excited about the challenges that the schedule has, and we show up every single day with an enthusiastic attitude about trying to get better.
You had a great quote after the Ohio State game. You said, we'll just keep grinding, keep getting better, keep practicing every single day. Is that part of what you call the hunt?
It is. It's about being relentless in our approach and our pursuit of our goals and what we want this program to look like. And, that's being relentless in everything that we do. That's the coaching staff, support staff, that's the players, that's the hunt work that we do, which is above and beyond just our normal practice time. So our players have embraced it, our coaching staff has embraced it, and the grind is what we do. I mean, that's who we are, and that's how we're going to build this thing.
Have you been impressed overall with the character of your kids?
Yeah, I've been asked a lot about what's really surprised me or the things that I've been pleased the most about here at Rutgers, and I'd say that's probably the thing I've been most pleasantly surprised about and really excited about is the character of the people in our organization. The players, if you don't have good character, we don't win some of the games that we, like Howard and New Mexico, the way we had to come back and win those games. If you don't have good character, when you do lose a game like we lost against Ohio State, you don't come back and go to work the next day, you know, if you don't have good character kids.
When you see the effort of your kids late in the football game, even if you're not winning that game, does that tell you something about the way they feel about the program and the passion they have and the way they feel about themselves?
It really tells me a lot about how they feel about their teammates, because we talk about why do we do what we do? It's because of the love of the brother to your left and the brother to your right. And we go out there, win or lose, we're going to go out there and bring energy every day. We're going to go out with relentless strain and play as hard as we possibly can play because of the guy to my left and the guy to my right in my small unit.
Is this journey fun, or is this journey a challenge?
It's both. You know, we knew it was going to be a challenge, and you look at the schedule, and you knew it was going to be a challenging schedule, but it's fun. It's what we do. It's who we are. You know, we love to build football players. We love to develop young men. We love to go out on the field and coach, and we love to win, but there's a process that goes into that, and we're enjoying every second of it.
Later in the show, the coach will talk a little bit about Michigan, the number 4 team in the nation, heading to Piscataway for a big night game at High Point Solution Stadium. That's coming up later on Our Football with Chris Ash.
Oh my God, you drive all over our highways, the parkway, the turnpike, you see the Scarlet R out there on all the cars. I run into people now all the time. They tell us that they're really excited about what's going on at Rutgers Athletics. So there's tremendous pride. And as we start to bring some success to that pride, it's going to be explosive. Now, Rutgers is not a sleeping giant. Rutgers is a giant. And I grew up here in New Jersey, so I've always been around the State University. Very, very well aware of the quality of the programs here, the quality of the education. And we've had a lot of success in athletics. I mean, people forget, they focus on sort of the bad times or when you've got unfortunate seasons, that there's been many great seasons. There's been undefeated seasons in football. There's been great seasons in basketball. We've had fewer of those of late, so to be involved with an institution where you're trying to bring that back and bring all that Rutgers pride, tremendous opportunity.
That's who you plan for today. That's who you plan for today. It's in your heart, right? Forever Rutgers. Let's try on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
You see both. You see a lot of accomplishments. If you look back, even in the last year, we had a lot of Big Ten champions, success in track, success in soccer, great success in wrestling. So there is success there, but the potential for success here at Rutgers is off the charts.
She's got it! Off to the races!
Touchdown.
New leadership in football and men's basketball. Really exciting. Everybody's got to look at what they've done so far and already be excited about the future of Rutgers Athletics, particularly men's basketball and football.
What lessons have you learned along the way that equip you for being the head coach at Rutgers?
A lot of them. Everything that I do today, I've basically taken from somebody that I've worked with. When you talk about how to recruit, how to develop, how to build relationships, how to be the leader that you need to be for other coaches and for players. Basically everything that I've done, I've taken bits and pieces from other people, and that's what football is. It's a copycat business, and I've copied a lot from the people that I've been with.
You copied a lot from the people that you've been with, but does your style have to evolve as well?
It does. Once you really get comfortable with what you're doing. I'm never trying to be somebody else. I'm trying to be who I am and do things here in this program that fit my personality. You have to find that as you go. I didn't just wake up as a head coach and having all the answers and knowing exactly what I wanted to do. So I've had to take a lot from other people, but as I go along in my journey, just like I did as a position coach, I get more comfortable. I start to figure things out a little bit more, and my personality shows up in the program a lot more.
Were you impressed by any coach along the way about their attention to detail?
Most of the ones that I've been a part of, the ones that have been successful are the ones that pay attention to detail. Coach Bielema, when I was with him at Wisconsin and Arkansas, was probably the most detail-oriented coach that I'd been around. There wasn't one thing that went on in the program that he didn't know or he didn't have a plan for, and that really helped me a lot too.
Do you ever sit around in your office and say, Bielema would have done it this way, Urban Meyer would have done it this way, and maybe it shapes the way that you're going to approach a situation?
I always reflect back on not only those two, but some of the other coaches that I've been with. And I think about situations that I get faced with on a daily basis and how different head coaches that I've worked for would respond or react or make decisions. And again, at the end of the day, it's about what I feel is best for us here at Rutgers, because decisions that may have been made at Wisconsin or Ohio State or Iowa State or anywhere I've been in the past may not fit what needs to be done here at Rutgers. But yeah, I sit and I reflect on those experiences I've had and what they would go through to make decisions regarding the program. I think about that a lot.
Are we recording yet?
Yeah, here we go. No, we're not recording anything yet. This is Our Football with Chris Ash, and this is Chris Muller, who's doing a great job with the Scarlet Knights, now a fifth-year senior and one of the captains. Do you take that captain responsibility seriously?
Yeah, you know, it's the highest honor that you could achieve, you know, having your teammates vote you as the leader of this team and vote you as a voice. It's an honor that I'm going to live with for the rest of my life, and I'm extremely grateful to my teammates, and I thank them for thinking such highly of me.
Are you a vocal guy, or are you a guy who's kind of quiet?
I think I'm more quiet. I try and lead by example. You know, I always try and do the right thing, and what I always try to achieve is I'll be vocal if needed, but I like to spread the leadership out between individuals, give them a sense of empowerment, and give them some responsibility so it helps empower them and make sure they do the right things.
You've never missed a game at Rutgers. What does that mean to you?
You know, it's just, it means a lot, you know. It's more so just dedication to the game, you know. I try and always be there for my teammates, and through bumps and bruises, you know, you've had to push on, and And luckily, I've been blessed enough not to have a major injury during the season, where it's taken me out. So I've just been very fortunate and very blessed.
Do you enjoy being one of the guys in the trenches?
Yeah, I've been offensive lineman my whole life. There's not many things that you can say. You're 310 pounds and 6 foot, not very athletic. And make a career out of it. So I've been pretty lucky and blessed, and would rather play no other position.
You received the R-Man Courage Award last year, and it's for a lot of great things: courage, belief, strength, and inspiration. When you think about that kind of award, how proud are you?
I'm extremely proud. I just try and lead by example. I come in and I try and be a, just blue collar guy. Just come in, not a lot of razzle dazzle, not a lot of, shine, but I just kind of try and come and do the job. And to be recognized for that, extremely high honor, and I'm extremely grateful.
What is it like coming back to the huddle after a big Robert Martin game, or when Justin Goodwin breaks one for 24 yards? Do you feel like, even though you're not the guy who picked up the yardage, you were a big part of that play?
I'm always excited, but firstly, I'm always out of breath. To run down the field. That's always there. You always try and run fast so you can get a longer break. It's great. Those guys deserve so much credit. They work so hard, and seeing them break for such long runs gives the whole offensive line, and all the guys blocking, just a pat on the back, because we did our job. We know as long as we do our job, guys like Justin Goodwin, Rob Martin, they're going to do theirs. They're extremely well coached, and they're great players and great individuals.
When you were named captain in August, there was a great quote that said, "One final year." Do you feel like this is the chance, this is the final push?
Yeah, this is my final collegiate year. I've had an extraordinary time at Rutgers. I've been through the ringer, played in 3 different conferences, and I wouldn't change anything that happened for the world. Having Coach Ash here as my last year is extraordinary. He's the best coach. He cares about his players and individuals, and I'm excited for the program's future, and I'm also excited for the rest of the year.
Good luck to you, Captain. I hope you have a great year.
Thank you.
Chris Muller. He's a guy who's a 5th-year senior and hasn't missed a game since the second game of the 2013 season. I don't want to put the horns on you. Keep going strong. We'll be right back.
They have piled into the stadium, and they are ready to get this one started. And here comes Rutgers. What a scene, what a night, what an atmosphere.
Michigan comes to High Point Solutions Stadium Saturday night. It's another challenge. They're 5-0. They come off the win over Wisconsin. What can we expect, Coach?
A very good football team coming to our stadium. They're well coached. They're talented. They play exceptionally hard. They're physical on the offensive line. They run the ball well. They're physical defensive line. They get after the quarterback. It's going to be another physical, very hard-fought game Saturday night.
Jabril Peppers is multi-dimensional. He reminds me a little bit of Janarian Grant, but on the other side of the football, although he's already played 11 positions. How do you slow down a guy like this?
He's as good as I've seen. He's all over the field, whether it's on defense, offense, special teams. He makes a difference for their football team. He's always going to make a difference in the outcome of a football game. They're obviously very smart with what they do with him. They're trying to get the football in his hands as many ways as they can.
They're averaging 444 yards per game, and I know you're concerned about stopping the rush. Where does the emphasis go in that regard this week?
Well, it doesn't change. We have to play good defense. We've got to play better defense. These guys can run the football. They're a physical offensive line. They got big backs. They got a good combination of backs that are big and ones that are quick and great change of direction. They got home run backs that can take it the distance. So they got a good combination of running backs, and they're stable. But we have to stop the run. It has to start with our defensive line at the line of scrimmage. But our ability to tackle in the secondary and in the linebackers is going to be very important.
So this week's entitled Stripe the Birthplace. What's that all about?
The administration has done an outstanding job of trying to create in a very enthusiastic environment in our stadium. They're building off the blackout games that have been done here in the past. I think fans have been really excited about, and I know the players have been too. Just trying to add a new wrinkle and stripe the sections black and scarlet and see how it turns out. Excited to see the environment.
Black and scarlet, black and scarlet.
Well, that's what they tell me. We'll find out on Saturday.
You've been very complimentary of the kids and the turnout and the support you've gotten so far at the home games. Are you looking for that to continue?
Absolutely. It brings a lot of energy to the stadium, not only for us, but the rest of the fans that show up. And there really is stadium environment goes as a student section goes. And I really think our students have done an outstanding job of showing up and giving us support and creating the energy that we want in that stadium.
First night game at home for you. How excited are you?
I'm really excited about the first night game of the season. I love night games. I love noon games, but I really like night games as long as they're not every Saturday night. But I'm excited about this one. It's our first night game here at home. Stripe the birthplace. Michigan's coming to town. Should be a great environment.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's it for this edition of Our Football with Chris Ash. We'll see you next week, everybody.